Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I'm Sanky84 and welcome back to Fall Guys. Yes, we are back because, as you may or may not be aware, Fall Guys has gone free for everyone. And not only that, it is also cross-platform as well, meaning it doesn't matter what you play it on, you can play against anybody else who has the game. And, well, we're kind of just going to do a little bit of a jump back in time for today's video, because I've just finished recording today's episode. Because, yes, over on a different YouTube channel, Many a True Nerd, who you've probably all heard of, they were doing a live stream of Fall Guys. So I decided, well, you know what? I might as well show off my point of view during their live stream when I was getting involved and how it was, and just show off the fun that we had over there. Now, as I say, it's going to be slightly out because I am going to be kind of reacting to myself playing it and what I was going through at the time. Because, yeah, as I say, I just recorded everything and now I'm switching over to, well, editing it really. So, let's jump back a couple of hours and let's just have a look at some of the highlights from that live stream that I got up to during it and how much fun this game is and how I cannot wait for this channel to get big enough to do live streams of its own so we can all join in and play together ourselves. But that's enough from me. Let's throw back to the past and let's react to what has just happened. So we start off with a bit of good news, bad news. The good news was I managed to get into the first game. As you're aware, you have a maximum of 60 people per game, and I managed to get into that first 60 and I was pretty happy. But as you can see, yes, I got disconnected. What is a bit annoying, but I did realise in a bit what my issue was. I had the wrong area put in for my connections. So I was connecting from the UK to the US to try and connect back to the UK, and that's what kicked me out. Unfortunately, that was the only time I managed to get into an MATN game for a while. So I decided, while I was waiting for that game to go on, because I was still watching it on a different device, I decided to go in and have a bit of fun on my own. I decided to go for just a quick solo one, completely with the new courses and some of the old classics in there as an ability, and we got the Tundra run. Now, it had been a while since I last played this, so the Tundra run was actually new for me. That's how long ago I last played it. But I'll admit I have gotten into it and I'm loving some of the newer levels in it. So, as it loads up, we get a quick rundown of what we need to get through. And to be honest, I was pretty okay with looking at it and thought, you know what? Should be able to make this no problem. It just depends whether I can do it quick enough. And anyone who watched the previous Fall Guys episode I did, what I will link at the end, yeah, I had to start my account over again because I couldn't link my Steam and Epic account for some reason. I was having problems with it, so I just decided to say, you know what, I'll start again with a brand new account on Epic, so why not? So yeah, I made a mistake here of trying to run through, and yeah, you don't want to be running through there. That is, I mean, if you can get it through at the right time, it's great, but more often than not, for that one, just running down the side is the easier option. And again, I decided to go for the harder route here. This time, thankfully, it did pay off. I managed to get through it without an issue. And then, yep, I got pushed onto one of the pads. Avoiding these pads was a nightmare. And, yeah, watch out for the fan that blew me straight back. People were getting through pretty quick, and I'll admit I was getting a little bit frustrated at this point, but did manage to get through, and without realising, accidentally, on purpose, geniusly, got through and qualified. So just wait then for the last few, and there we go. So made it through, pretty happy with myself, considering, as I say, I had never played that one before. So 41 left over. Let's see what the next game became, shall we? So it was another new one for me, the Tree Top Tumble. And I've got to say, me and this course now have a mixed relationship. I either do absolutely amazing on it, and I just fly right through it, or I struggle to get over the first jump. So, yeah, it's a bit hit and miss with me on this one, as you'll probably see. So, again, there's a lot of ups and downs, and, yep, depending on how you get with the jumps, it can be really easy or really difficult. And that final bit is very, very tricky. Well, for me, anyway, on most of them. So again, starting from the back and only 28 going through. And as I say, because I had no idea what I was doing, yeah, I just completely fluffed that first bit. So, whoops. But yep, I did try again, and as you can guess, fluffed it again. But this time I managed to stay on and just decided, you know what, I'm going straight through. So, jump. Should have really been jumping through the water, but never mind. And on here, I actually managed to get through pretty easy without knocking anything over. Round this bit, I didn't even notice at this point in time there were poles to get through, and somehow, yeah, I managed to hold on to that. I don't know how I managed to save myself, but I did, and then decided to completely fluff that next bit. I didn't even bother attempting the swinging bit. I just decided what really I should do more often is just come straight down for the fans. And yeah, people were starting to get through, and I was lucky on this one that I actually managed to bounce in. And I think this is like one of the only times I actually managed to make it through, even though I did have a few mishaps getting through. It wasn't too bad. But, yeah, we just about managed to make it through there. So, that then knocks us down to 29. Okay, so, next was another new one for me. Again, Pipe Dream. So, yeah, I was actually in a bit of a panic here, thinking all these new ones. I had no idea what I was doing, and no idea how to get through most of them. So, yeah, I was pretty happy with how far I had managed to get so far. And, yeah, looking at the last bit, I was a bit worried how I was going to do. But, as we set off, was, yeah, when I then noticed some of the issues that were going to be coming up. And I just decided, you know what, screw it. Just barrel your way through and hope. And as we know, right is always right. So, thankfully, it was right that time, and I got the easier of the two paths. Although I didn't realise it at the time, I thought I'd made a mistake. But, again, getting through the right one. And, again, I think that was the longer pipe, but I think it's also the easier of the two routes out of them. And, of course, we're going to stick with right. So, in a went, roundabout. And yeah, I got pretty lucky again with this one. Managed to just sneak through, although I did get a little boop at the end. into the final pipe and onto the seesaws that I tried to go for, but completely fluffed the jump. Over, and again, this bit was pretty easy, especially compared to some of the bits that I'd been doing. But yeah. Oh, we got, and now you can take the pipes, what's an easier route. But I'm not like that. I wanted to go for the glory swing, completely fluffed it. But, you know, death or glory, we had to go again. This time, managed to get on, and thankfully, I let go at the right time. Getting through, once again, just about. What was really enjoyable. And at this point, I'll admit, I was starting to think I could actually get a win. I was actually thinking this could be my time to pull out a win. And we ended up, once again, a new one for me at this point in time. And to be honest, I didn't even realise there was a fan in the middle of it. I was just running for the sake of running on this one. Yeah, I think it was at this point I noticed the fan. But yeah, I just thought these arrows run, go forward. And yeah, it was just a case of keep going, avoid any obstacles. And around we go. Thankfully, I think I got myself in a nice position where, up until I did that, what actually saved me from the fan. I planned that, honestly. But yeah, being behind the fan made it quite easy, especially since only 4 needed to go out. So, yeah, another 4 knocked out, and I was 1 step closer. With only 8, I was thinking, this is mine. I just needed to get something really, really good. But the game had other ideas. It decided to throw a new one in for me again. And this time for the final, yeah, these type of survival ones I struggle with. Especially the fact that I'd never played this one before and I wasn't sure how the mechanics worked. But I was determined to give it a go and completely started off by running the wrong way, not realising which way I was going. So, over, and there we go. Completely and utterly panicking right now, and I was first out. I was absolutely gutted the fact that I went out, and my reaction usually is to quit out and just leave, but I decided no. I'd made it this far, I wanted to see who was going to win. So, going around just looking at a few of them, and so far, yeah, I wasn't the only one who fluffed it right at the beginning, but Lucas here was doing really well. So, and I liked his outfit. I don't know how he's got that outfit, because I can't seem to unlock it even though I'm past the part of it, but never mind. But yeah, I did like that outfit, so I thought I would just follow him around. Although, looking at it now, I should have... I do like that, is it pineapple one? Yeah, I do like the pineapple. So let's have a look out for that one. But we're down to the last few now. And yeah, 4 out. There you go, there's number 5 gone. 2 more to go. And yeah, just jumping around. Oh, actually, I'm not on thingy. I must have switched over. I didn't realise it switched over. Yep, going on. And the final 2, we're down to Red Bean and Assassin Bean. And as we go, they are keeping close. And somehow he managed just to pull that one out. And he's... I don't know how he's doing it, but yeah, he managed to keep on top of it. And as we go on, it's just a matter of time until, yep, Bean falls, but managed to pull it right back out and down, and no, he's out. So, yep, there we go. The winner was the assassin. Lucas managed to actually win, and what a better celebration than the celebration that suits his outfit. So there we go, and yes, managed to get quite a good reward for that. And that's another thing I do love about this game. Doesn't matter if you go out in the first round or you win it, you manage to get something. There's always a reward for playing. And yes, I jumped straight into another game after another failed attempt at getting into an MATN game, unfortunately. Although after this, there is a bit of a change. But as I say, let's get into the second run and see if I can do any better. But you will know with DoorDash, I love DoorDash, one of the originals. Absolutely brilliant. Just run and try and get the right door. Now, one thing you might notice in this one is, yeah, I look a little bit different. As I say, this was a few runs down the line, and I'd actually at this point managed to level up a bit. So, yep, I'm now in the proper channel colours, so we look a little bit better. And yeah, as I say, DoorDash, pretty easy. Just run, hope you get the right door, and make sure you are at the front at the end of it. Now with DoorDash, I always find that if you stay back at the beginning, you've got more chance of finishing near the front, because yeah, the first ones to get there usually hit the wrong thing. But yeah, and if you don't get stuck on a pillar, that does come in handy. But yeah, the thing about this is if people get the wrong one, then you're gonna have a chance of pushing up. But with 40 out of 60 getting through, yeah, as long as you are near the front, you're gonna be okay. But nice and easy, got through, not too much stress on that one. However, we then move on to round number 2. Another classic rollout. Now, I know what I just said a few moments ago about when I was in the final, but this one I have played several times and kind of know it a bit better. Plus, there's more bits to stand on than just the 2, and the slime doesn't get higher. So yeah, if you do make a mistake, you've got a chance of recovering. So yeah, just keep it steady, and not always, but I do try to stick to just 2 if I can. But I do have other ones that I can fall onto if it gets too crowded, or yeah, things are getting a little bit tight. So yeah, that's where this one I think has the advantage for me over the previous one that we did. And yeah, I think just the fact that I've played this one before made it easier for me, because as I say, I've played it before, I was more confident in my abilities on it, where that previous one, yeah, I went into it and panicked. And that's one thing you cannot do in this game, is panic. You start to panic, no matter how good you are, things go wrong. But people were dropping out pretty quick, to be honest. And yeah, nice and easy. There we go. Nice survival there. So that knocks out a load more. And how many did we have left? Let's see, what did we go down to? 24. Okay, so down to 24 before round 3, which was again the swiveler. And this time I made a bit of a cocky mistake. I realised about the fan, and I knew what I was doing. After the last time, I thought this is going to be easy. Well, that's where you start making mistakes, when you think a game is easy. So, as we start off, I thought, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing here, nothing to worry about, and straight in and out. Because that's what happens when you get cocky and think you don't need to worry about anything. And I wasn't the only one. A lot of people did the same, but as I say, because there were several rounds, plus a new round of the MATN was about to start, I just wanted to get out of there pretty quick. and see if I can get into that. However, once again, I failed, and this time I decided I would create one of my own. So I decided to create my own room and invite people in, and I put the code that you can see there on the live stream, and thankfully quite a few people did end up joining. I thought I was going to be waiting a while, and yeah, I didn't expect many people to join. But obviously people were fighting to get into other things and they weren't really paying attention. But eventually I did, after having a look, realising there was quite a few different aspects. Yeah, people did start joining, and eventually I got up to the minimum requirement of 30. So eventually, as I say, got to 13. I wanted just to leave it a bit, see if a few more joined. And as you can see there, yeah, we've got the ones who are on PC don't actually have an icon. And if you're on console, there was. But just gave them a few more minutes and one last reminder. But eventually I thought people have been waiting a while. The other game is going on, and I wasn't sure whether anybody else was wanting to join, so I decided, you know what, enough's enough, let's start. So in we went to round 1, and wouldn't you know it, of course, Speed Circuit, another one I had never played, and of course it had to be on the one that I was hosting. So the thing with being the host is you cannot quit. If you quit, everybody gets kicked out, and that meant no matter what happened to me, I had to sit there and watch. I couldn't quit. And yeah, I wasn't sure on what anything was doing here, but I just decided to go for it, leather and tongue, and straight away got myself knocked over. But somehow managed to, yeah, keep it going right up until the point I completely fluffed everything. So, yeah, bounced around here and a few knocks, but I'm okay. Dodged that and managed to get through. And at this point, I'm thinking, oh, okay, this one's going pretty okay for me. So let's go and not run into them. But guess what? All I could do was run in. And yeah, just fell right behind. I had lost all momentum and speed. I couldn't get going, but at least I managed the first lap until I got bounced around by a bunch of hammers. But gotta keep going, you never know what's gonna happen. So up we went, and again managed to make it through them without much of an issue, while others were, you know, getting knocked around. And I thought, okay, this is my chance now to catch up and at least qualify, until I decided to once again run into these bumpers, and they really annoyed me. But I tried to go the wrong side of the hammer, not realising the hammer was actually moving sideways as well. And yeah, I was just too far behind at this point. And of course, I'm hosting me game, the first one, and I'm out in round 1. Beautiful. Don't know what was happening to me there, but let's carry on and let's see how everyone else got on and who ended up winning. So round 2 and Night Fever. Now this one I had played and I was gutted because I do love Night Fever. It is such a, well, you're either really good at it or you really struggle. It's one of them, and I seem to do pretty okay with it. Although this one does look like it was the slight variant of it, with the axes at the hand. I think there's 3 different versions of Night Fever. So yeah, I wasn't sure who to actually follow at this point until, yeah, I found another assassin. But I wanted to see who was in there. And there were some in here that I actually knew. Not personally, but I've talked to them on live streams and chats before. But maybe one of them is you. Let me know if you do actually see yourself in any of these, because it'd be nice to say hi to you. But yeah, just going through, and at this point, as I say, I didn't really have anyone particular I was following, although that will change later on. But yeah, it's a nice, simple, just dodge. That is probably the hardest bit there, trying to dodge them barrels that come down side to side. But unfortunately, yeah, Trippenden didn't quite make it, unfortunately, there. But we're down to 17, and yeah, let's see what was in store for round 3. Freezy Peak, another one that I actually enjoyed playing. Yeah, I think the winter season was the last one I actually played, or what I think was season 3. Yeah, I know season 3 was the last one I played, but I can't remember if season 3 was the winter or the night. But anyway, here we go. Let's start off with Brenner the Mothral, who is pretty basic in look, but that means absolutely nothing in this, because yeah, you can just keep it as a basic one when you've got all the advanced gear, because, well, yeah, as Wonky Tesseract here, and I've got to say, Wonky Tesseract, I do love the Viking outfit, but more importantly than that, I love the name. But yeah, Wonky Tesseract did become one of my favourite, really, in this, and I must admit, while watching it, I did hope for Wonky Tesseract to actually go on and win. But yeah, just getting up here can be a bit of trouble, because yeah, you either try and take on the snowballs or you try and dodge the fists. But if you can get past them, yeah, this bit is pretty easy. And the hardest point here is just trying to get your bearings to make sure you know which way you're going. But once you got it, nice and easy and through. And for some reason, yeah, it kept taking me back to the same one. And yeah, kept up. There's another jump. You managed to actually get it just about and through. And yeah, it keeps going back to Benor. So well done to Benor there, finally making it through. But unfortunately, Jimmy, you didn't quite make it. That brings us on to Block Party. One of the least effective original game levels that were in it. And yeah, I think you've got like a 99.9% chance of everybody making this through. Basically, dodge everything that comes at you and you're fine. But yeah, it's basically everyone just sticks together and you are fine. And yeah, it really did like sticking me on Benor for this for some reason, but that's fine. Yeah, as you can see, they don't come at you that fast, and yeah, they're not that hard to dodge. But just going through, there's Runny Egg again, and there's Wonky Tesseract, the one I was actually looking for, seeing how they were getting on. But yeah, they're just coming through, and as I say, nice and easy to dodge. Don't worry about the camera angle, that's just my camera angle. They're probably looking at it at a better view. There we go, switch mine now. I thought I had. So yeah, can see where they are coming from. And as you can see, the gaps are pretty easy to make it through. They're not exactly that hard. So yeah, this is what I was saying about how easy this actually is to make it through. Now I know it does get a bit more hectic as time ticks along. The gaps get a bit smaller and these come through a bit quicker. But again, it's not that difficult. Even the ones that have got the jumps in it are not that difficult to dodge. I think the hardest, yeah, I think the only part of being knocked out, even in this bit here, is getting knocked by somebody else and being knocked over. And I think that's the only way anybody is actually ever going to be knocked out of this if you miss your jump. But there we go. Done. Everybody made it through. Nice and easy. So, well done to them. 11 people into the next round, which is Pipe Dream again. Well, I was gutted I couldn't be in this one because I did enjoy going through it. But, as we know, anything can happen in this. So, 11 people going in, and we are getting close to the final. So, who's going to make it through to the final round? Let's wait and see. This time we're starting off with Wonky Tesseract, and there are 7 people going into the final. Wonky Tesseract there taking a fist up the rear, and another one, but making it through near the back, but we're okay there, and up to the right, and trying to dodge the fans, and just about making it through there. Over they go through a very long pipe there, and yeah, these ones look pretty easy to dodge, to be honest. And in we go again, throwing it around to, oh yeah, I think this is probably the easiest one if you can get here. Nicely through, no issues, and into the golden pipe for the final little few jumps on the 360 seesaw, onto the automatic switch, another 360 over, and yep, straight up and through without too much of an issue, but decide to take a slightly different route and fly through to the finish instead of sitting there waiting. But I guess, yeah, if you've only got 7 who can make it through, you're gonna take whatever you can get. And yeah, I think Stoney kind of gave up there for a moment before realizing he may have a chance, but nope, time had run out for them. But men, 7 in the final, and what a final we were gonna get, because we got Jump Showdown, and this is one for people with skill, so not me. Now, the earlier versions of this I'm okay at. The final one where the floors fall away, not so much. So, not many in here, but off we go. And I think someone actually dropped out at this point, but yeah, we've got Benno, we've got Maticus, Chutney, Runny Egg, Frisbee, and oh, I didn't realise. Yeah, there was somebody I thought was here who wasn't, right. So, okay. Over we go. Chutney making a nice jump there. Everybody's still here. And there's the first piece falling away. But, so far, we are doing okay. There's another one going. And are they going to make it? No. Oh, I think Tomato did actually make it. So, there we go. Everybody's still in so far. And Chutney just about survived that one there. At the minute, it's not going too fast. But, yeah, now they're down to just 2 segments. And luckily for them, yeah, the 2 segments are together. You often get the segments split up, what makes it even harder, especially if you've got loads of people on there. Just, yeah, it's easy to bump into somebody and be knocked off that way and not be knocked off by the rotating beams. And that was a close one. You just about survived that. And ooh, took a big one to the face there, but yep, it's now starting to speed up. Because, yeah, this one seems to have two modes. The first mode where the spins are nice and steady, but the floor's falling away. And then once the floor's fallen, yep, it starts to pick up speed. So, it will keep going. And this is what I'm about. We got some really good players here who are all still in and just about made that one there. Another big whack to the face there for Chutney. And still going. And round. Okay, just about made that one, but good switch there. Oh, no, you're still in. There we go. Thought we were going to lose somebody then, but nope. Okay, still going. Nobody's dropping the ball yet, but unfortunately, we have to have a winner. And there we go. Chutney just throws themselves off into the slime and is out. Down to the final 4 now, and we are sticking with Benno for now, who just takes a huge whack there, but manages to survive. And off Benno goes, another one out. Just one too many jumps there. But now with Frisbee. Can Frisbee do any better? It looks like Frisbee is taking a few knocks, but does look like... Nope! There we go. Frisbee has now gone, and we're down to 2. Runny Egg, and I can't remember. I'm sorry, I can't remember who that was. But how long will these 2 Titans be going at it? We will have to wait and see. Although Runny Egg is doing really well, but whoever that one is taking a fair few knocks there from the bottom pole. But again, they seem to have now managed to have got their rhythm back. And nope, there's a few more knocks, and just about made it through that time. And yeah, it was going on for a while, this one. As you can see, these 2 know what they are doing. Even if they are getting some knocks, they know how to play. And my voice is starting to hurt. But never mind, we are going to keep going. And I'll sort it out after this round, because it's only a matter of time. And Runny Egg came out on top. Nothing better than a runny egg on top of your meal. So there we go. And we'll just give Runny Egg their due dive. So off you go. And thank you very much. And congratulations, Runny Egg. Now, after that one, I was determined to get into a game. And as soon as the code came up, I put it in, and that was the one I got so often. As soon as it goes up, people are so fast getting them codes in. However, a little bit later on, I did finally manage to get into one of the games. And oh, what fun I had. I must admit, I've tried for so many to get in. And I thought, right, this is going to be it. This is where me and John can go head to head and see who really is utterly, chaotically, luckily the best at this. Because, well, at this point in time, as you see, I've now got a backpack. And that's because during it, I kind of given up and turned off my recording while still playing, and thought I'll have it set on one side, and if I get in, like I've done here, I'll just jump in and start recording again. What I did. However, in that time, I actually ended up winning my first ever game. I managed to get through and get the crown at the end. What I was so happy about, apart from I was gutted, I didn't have the recording on. But hey ho, what are you going to do about it? But yeah, even at this point, I was still nervous about being kicked out, even though I'd not had any issues up until this point. Yeah, especially with how long it was taking to load. Yeah, I was nervous, but thankfully it did eventually load in, and we got Hit Parade, another classic from the first season, so I was ready for it. I also knew John was good at this one, so my whole thing was not anything major. I just wanted to get through before John. So, where were we starting? Right near the back on the left, but that's fine. Off we go, and just wait a minute, second row on the left. There we go. Right, I have no idea where John was at this point in time, because obviously unless I actually could see him on my screen, I couldn't go and track him down. And I was too busy trying to get to the end rather than, see where he is. And yeah, this became a bit of a medley for some weird reason. It should be pretty easy to get through this bit, but everyone seemed to be struggling, and I'll admit I was pretty lucky getting through that bit there. Although on this one I found if you just keep to the right, you can get through that bit pretty quick. And yeah, this one I made a mistake on this, trying to run straight up the middle. You want to kind of zigzag up here. It takes longer to get up, but there's less chance of being hit, and I did manage to get through. So going looking for John, I decided eventually anyway. Yeah, I didn't actually go look for him, never mind. But yeah, I assumed he'd already made it through, but it was at this point I realised, if we just pause it a second and zoom right in, we can see him there being bopped out and eliminated. So yeah, I managed to make it through, and surprisingly he didn't. I don't know actually what went wrong, because obviously at this point in time I was concentrating more on the game than the actual live stream. So on we go. I was hoping to be noticed, but then speed circuit. And we also what happened earlier on, but this was my second attempt and I was determined to do better at it. So in we go and see how I got on this time in speed circuit. So I actually got a decent starting point at this one. So as you can see there, right at the front, all I needed was a good start and a clear run. Already getting my lines sighted and off, and managed to get through pretty quick. Realising this time I needed to, yeah, keep my eyes ahead and just dodge everything, and I was doing well until I decided to run straight into that one. And then yeah, losing all momentum is not a good thing, but managed to get through that pretty easy and somehow managed to survive that. But again, losing all momentum, I had people overtaking me, what is annoying. And yeah, I just seem to have a bad habit of being pushed into everything there, but just about booped through there, as John would say. And once again, these hammers on the second go completely and utterly threw me off. But as I say, keep going, because if it can happen to you, it can happen to anybody. And I'll admit I was starting to panic here now with, you know, second lap, lots of knocks, but had to keep going. And yeah, just couldn't get it. And I realised at this point, yep, it's unlikely I was going to make it unless I managed to get a bit of luck, what I wasn't getting. So I decided, yeah, just take the easy path through there and hope for the best. I just took the bottom one and somehow just managed to scrape through, realising, yeah, sometimes going the longer way is quicker. On to round 3 and tail tag. Now, this is quite an old one, yet I'd never actually played it. It was weird. It's one of them few that, yeah, had never come up on my rolls. So, yeah, I'd never actually played this one. So this one, even though it was in the original, was still new to me. Now, I'd seen it played, I'd watched it, but I'd never actually been a part of it. And yeah, unfortunately I started off without a tail, what was pretty frustrating. So obviously I did get up and try and grab a tail, but getting bopped around here, there and everywhere. Now the one thing with this one is, yeah, try not to chase, and unfortunately I did manage to grab it there for a split second, but yeah, because I fell over, he managed to get it back really quickly. And yeah, grabbing the wrong people there, so oh, just missed out on you. And yeah, don't run with your arms out, because yeah, you run slower, but just trying to chase him into a, you know, roundabout, and unfortunately he just duped me there. So kind of gave up and realised, you know what, there's a couple up here, let's take a hammer to the face instead. That sounds like a better idea. But carrying on, chasing down one of these, and eventually, yeah, I decide going up there is not good for my health. So, decide to change tact a bit and look for a different tail, and once again, straight in and hammer to the face, and I'm flung out. But I did manage to get a tail, and this time I managed to keep hold of it for a bit longer. But unfortunately, right on the dead, someone snatches it off me, and I am out. What was really frustrating, because I tried so hard to get it, managed to get it, and did not notice, you know, anybody else coming out of there. What was frustrating, because I would have taken a different route for that split second. Never mind, we move on, because again, I wasn't going to quit out with, you know, this. I wanted to see it to the end and see who won. So we're now on to Full Tilt. Now this one, again, I've not played this one, and I still haven't. But I thought, well, you know what? It's a great way to see and watch and see who is challenging for the win. Because at the end of the day, this isn't all about me. It's about the people who are in it. And if we start a competition, well, if it was part of the stream, we're going to watch it to the end. So it was just a case of trying to find who we could follow and cheer on. And there were a few that I did like the look of. But yeah, I wasn't sure who to go with. And obviously Cyndaquil there was, well, Cyndaquil being my favourite in that generation. So I decided, you know what, Cyndaquil, let's see how you get on for this. But with only 9 being able to get through, it was going to be a tough ask. And they were proving themselves to do pretty well. But looking around to see who else was near the front was a bit harder than I thought. And yet, Spanners. Now, anybody who's watched before knows Spanners is the ultimate at this game. You know Spanners is going to go on and do well. It's going to take a lot to beat Spanners. And of course, Spanners makes it through first. And it was at that point I actually really paid attention to Doven there. What is a shame, because I've been following them from a bit earlier if I had noticed. But anyway, off they get through, and Odin's Revenger, whatever it is. Yeah, unfortunately, he's just a little bit back at the minute and kind of taking the long route through, and have got themselves in a bit of a predicament, unfortunately. I guess that's kind of the curse of me watching. But yeah, they did manage to just about make it through, but unfortunately not quite quickly enough. That little bit of a hiccup where they had to go back on themselves just took them out of contention. Then we moved on to another one that I've not seen or played, Party Promenade. So yeah, I was intrigued with this one and couldn't wait to see what it had in store. And to be honest, I still haven't played this one. So yeah, and this one does look quite fun to play. But unfortunately, yeah, there's one bit I'm not looking forward to should I ever have to. And of course, we're just going to flick through and find someone. And yeah, David Bot 01. Loving that outfit, by the way. So just going through, and yeah, lots of flying. And oh, Ninja Hunter, yes, love Ninja Hunter's outfit. Looks more like a bullet bill than anything else. But yeah, off we go and try to avoid the splatter cannon. But yeah, easier said than done looking at that. And hit the slime slide down and do a U-turn to another splatter cannon. And through the pipe and flicks on. And 2 ways to go here. Either try and yeah, get through these automated switches, or try and take the trapeze. Now, to be honest, The trapeze is probably the safer and easier way to do it. But, yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. Ninja Hunter kind of failed going up the side and eventually managed to get up. But it was unfortunately a little bit too late and they couldn't quite make it. And the bit I was on about was that trapeze bit at the end there, trying to grab that to get into the golden pipes instead of having to jump over all the other 360 seesaws. But 7 through and we move on. So we make it to the final round and Lost Temple. Again, another one I have never played, but this one does seem, well, a bit more simpler to pick up and learn, because it's just a case of, once again, just like DoorDash, find the correct door to make it through to the end and grab the crown. So let's get with Dovlan and see how we get on. Straight into a door that's not the right one and try and dodge the hammers here, but it's not looking too good. But every door he tries, it's wrong, unfortunately. That's the one disadvantage of being near the front, is, yeah, you've got more chance of hitting the wrong door than the right door. But doesn't mean you can't, as, yeah, Spanners there did show us. But again, nope. Again, Spanner's got the right one, and now the keep on top here and hope you get the right door. What we did, well done there, and straight through and again through, and it's gonna grab, but unfortunately, yes, he was overtaken right at the end there. Yes, Philip 027, yeah, managed to sneak in there right at the end and undercut him on the jump. So, congratulations there. But the biggest surprise out of all of this, out of everything, was when I got up, the very next game that MATN did, I actually, believe it or not, managed to get in pretty quick. So I was again ecstatic. This time I could take on John and try and beat him. And this was the last one of the live stream, I think. I believe this was the final one. So I was determined to get noticed and, yes, beat him. So let's jump in and see what round one was. Treetop Tumble. And remember what I said right at the beginning about this one, how I've got a mixed relationship with it. Well, you're about to see what I meant by that. So in we go, and it is the exact same one as we had previously. Oh, actually no, this one is actually a variant on it because we haven't got a few bits are different. Yes. So I just noticed it then. I didn't actually notice it while playing, but I did notice it there. But we are at the back. And yeah, I'll admit I had a bit of a lag, what was a bit of annoying, but yeah, I thought we can still pull this back even if we were left at the back. So I decided at this point just to take the easier route through the bottom and hopefully I could get somewhere, but nope, I got knocked straight off. And once again, just getting bashed around inside, booped, bopped, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, I didn't actually even notice there that the spinny bits there were not on it. I was too busy just trying to get through and not fall off. But again, it might have been easier to actually fall. And this time I did try to use these, but unfortunately, yeah, it was kind of taking a bit too long, so I decided screw it, let's jump down for some reason right into the fan. And it was at this point I realized that everybody was nearly through and started to panic, meaning I was to completely fluff it and fall off. but I still had one last chance, but instead, nope. I was about to jump off again, and this time, I was the one to go out in round 1. What? We don't really want to watch me getting knocked out, do we? Do we? No, we don't. So I decided I was going to stay in, as it was the final one, and we were going to follow John and see how he got on and see if we could figure anything out that can help us in the future. So yeah, Lily Leapers was a bit of a new one to me, and just going through there was Spanners then for a second. Fall Guy there, very nice to see you. Doven managed to get in, and yeah, there's quite a few still in. There was Cyndaquil again. Very nice to see Cyndaquil there. And eventually we will get through to John. There we go. There he is in his pirate sprinkle outfit there. And, sorry, his Christmas pirate sprinkle outfit. That's how he describes it. So let's make sure we describe him correctly. Manage nice and easy it looks like, but believe me, at this point I was listening to his commentary while he was doing it, and it was not as easy as he's making it look out, or at least the way he was talking about it was not as easy. But yeah, he managed to make it up pretty okay. Decided to give himself a bit of a concussion there, but never mind that. And eventually manages to get up, and it decides to go for the luxury one and completely fluffs the jump. But this time decides instead he's going to take a slightly different and easier route. Assuming you can control your bounces. Yeah, that's what this one's mainly about, is controlling them bounces, and if you can, yeah, it's nice and simple. And he just wanted, I think, just go for a bit of glory there, and was lucky he managed to just about make it through. He could have fluffed that up so much. But MG Steve MTN there. God, I can't say that. And there you go. Fall Guy again, still trying to get through. Triniton 94. Loving the outfit. Nice flying. Well, is it? I don't know what that is, but unfortunately, yeah, just because you've got wings doesn't mean it's going to make it any easier for you. And Felice plays, looking great there as a pink and purple unicorn. Extreme Gaming going up the side as well, and fluffing that final jump right there. Unfortunately, with 4 left to go, it's going to take a miracle for somebody to make it through now. So this is the last chance, and up he goes and just about makes it through. MG Steve there trying to go for the glory, but misses it and is out of there. He is completely out of time now, as the final person made it through. So John made it through again, but how far can he go? Let's see what's in store for round 3. We have track attack, so we know what happens here and what's going on. But can John master the track, or is he gonna be whacked to the back? Let's find out. So first challenge is to actually find him, because yeah, we have to go through everybody. There we go. And it looks like he's making a good start there, and off he goes, and down he is out there and straight into the hammers, and he's getting a bit of a hammering there. Nope, it's still not letting him get through. He's completely hammered there, but eventually makes it through and is pushing on. Looking at it, here is a few ahead of him, but he's not doing too bad. Tries to ride the hammer there and just about makes it through. Going up and dodges that hammer and through to the final jump, making it look easy after that very very dodgy start at the beginning, but he's through, and that is it. Right, next round. Is he going to go on to win, or is he going to fluff it? Let's find out. Once again, it is Pipe Dream. So, we know what's in store here, but can John figure out the pipes? Let's see. And yeah, this seems to be the same no matter what. So if you can figure out which one the pipes go to, I guess you can figure out, you know, what the easiest route is for you. And I think I just went past John then, I'm not sure, but anyway, there we go. We eventually get to him as he gets punched in the face and then a fist up the rear twice, and he makes the mistake of going left, because we all know right is right, and he's got himself on the bumpers here, but pretty easy to get through. And this time he goes right and is put over to the bloopers, I think, and there is Spanners right behind him, and he just about stays on there, taking the left one, and off he goes into, well, I've got to say a pretty easy one, considering, yeah, because these are not going to fling you. It's just about making sure you get on it at the right point, and yeah, getting through. So into the golden pipe with a nice dive there. Dive into it, not out of it as I did, but just about scrapes onto there and through to the final bit. And let's see how he handles the final jump. Nope, he's not taking that. He's going to go and he gets hold of it and let's go. That's not how you do it. Completely fluffed that one up and he's out. He could have made it through if he handled that jump right, but unfortunately, yes. Even the great John messes up sometimes. But never mind, we will go on and see who goes on to win. However, before we get to the final, there is another round, whirligig, and again, another classic hit from Season 1. And very few people actually in this one, what does make it quite interesting, because with all the space available, there's not much jiggling and bumping involved, so you can kind of run quite freely. And we are sticking with Spanners for now, I'll admit. Yeah, I kind of got stuck on Spanners and just left it at that. But as I say, Spanners is an absolute legend at this game, and if you want to learn, there's nothing better than watching him to see how he does. But yeah, straight through there, and Spanners are going up the suicide route because it is nigh impossible to get through that bit. But he decided it is that final lead to give it a try, but this time, yeah, goes round the safe route and taking the outside, because yeah, in this variant you can get around the outside of the fan and makes it through pretty comfortably, considering. And yeah, that is why you do not go through the middle. But Extreme Gaming just coming up short there, was just pipped to the post. And that means now we should be going through to the final with the final 10. No, sorry, I completely forgot about this one. No, we've got Wall Guys. Well, again, 10 in Wall Guys is, yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, because this one you're meant to help each other while trying to outplay each other. So, yeah, only 6 can make it through here. So, yeah, how do we do with this? Because yeah, you need to move bits of wall into place to get up, to get over the walls. But yeah, if you move somebody else could jump on top and use what you move while you're still on the floor. So yeah, it's a bit of risk and reward. But Spanners here showing how it's done. Going on, just misses that jump there. and somebody decides to help him out there, but again, fluffs the jump and decides, you know what, why jump it when there's a fan I can use to get me up. Blown back there, but just about makes it and just scrapes in last. Even when he fluffs something up, he still manages to make it through. So down to the final 6, and this time it really is the final. We're going back to roll off, the one that we started off on where I completely fluffed it. And what better way of learning this map, this level, than watching some of the best I've ever seen play. So off we go. We've got Champagne Tommy here, looking absolutely great in his Vault-Tec wrestling suit, I'm guessing. And we've got an ice cream, we've got Spanners there with his glasses, we've got a robot. So yeah, we've got a variety of different outfits as well. What's even better, now anyone who's never played it, the outfits do absolutely nothing. They do not give you any advantage whatsoever. So yeah, it's just literally for cosmetic. And yeah, we're just going to stick with Champagne Tommy here for a bit. And yeah, you can see there the slime is slowly rising, making it harder and harder to stay on. But unlike me, these know what they are doing. And yeah, see there. Oh, call me Doot. What a name for a robot there. Hapless, yep, you have to be hapless to do this. There's Spanners, back to Tommy here, who is holding his own against them, and nobody is out yet. So yeah, at this point I was out, and I think, to be honest, a few people on ours were out. So holding on nice here, and just about makes that one there. Moving around, right, get on to this bit, and yeah, you can see there the slime is right up there, and we finally had somebody go out. So that's 1 down and 4 more to go. Let's see, and a couple there just about holding on. Just waiting for that bit to come round, and just about made that there. And again, yep, this is very, very tight, because you are basically just jumping from one to and just about held on there. Well done, Tommy. But yep, the slime has now reached the maximum height it's gonna get, but that doesn't mean this is gonna get any easier, especially with so many people still on a little bump, a little nudge should I say, and they are out. But look at them just going for it. It's not going to be down to anyone specifically, it's going to be down who doesn't make a mistake, the slightest mistake, the slightest knock, and they are gone for. But still down with 4. No, there we go. We've got another one out. I didn't see who it was again who's gone out, but yes, we've still got Tommy, we've still got Doot, we've still got the ice cream, and we've still got, no, we've got lost another one there, and that is close. Oh no. Okay, Champagne Tommy is out. It is now down to 2. We've got Spanners, we've got Doot, but who is going to be the winner? Let's keep going, and that was close, and that was it. Who was it? Who went out? They both hit the slime there, and the winner, of course, you wouldn't expect anybody else other than Spanners to clutch it out of the bag right at the end. And that was the end of the live stream and the end of this video. I've got to say, I've enjoyed this game so much, and I hope at some point in the future I can do a live stream of my own. But in the meantime, I've been Sankey84. This has been Fall Guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Look after each other. And until next time, goodbye.